In the center of the Earth lies the Earth Kingdom, a place of various biomes, deserts, swamps, canyons, cities, and a lot more. Thousands of people live here, even in hostile environments like the deserts. That's exactly where you, Buhan, live. You travel alongside a caravan that specialized in transporting food and other resources from and into the different oases in the desert. During the caravan's latest trip, you managed to befriend a Darktera after both of you got trapped in a cave and only made it out by teamwork on what others call the first lucky day of your life. Now the leaders allowed you to go into missions for the caravan and catch your own Fakemon. The caravan will leave tomorrow, but there are still a few resources missing. The caravan leaders ask you to collect a few plants, but to be fast, since the weather can change rather quickly. You are hyped and instantly grab your stuff, head into the direction that the leaders pointed you towards. And after some time you see what you identify as cacti, a lot of them. Exactly the plant you are looking for. You grab a knife and run towards them, only to find out what they really are. So, the first Fakemon for Book 2, Earth. Every fan of the franchise probably knows what this Fakemon is based on. The legendary scene where Sokka drinks cactus juice and starts hallucinating and is basically on a substance-induced trip. So I had to make a cactus-based Fakemon because it's such a meme in the community. Even though it looks a bit more like a watermelon, not really a cactus. It has one swirly eye because it's trippy, and the other one has a really wide pupil, also because it's trippy. On its head are 3 cute flower petals, and its arms and legs are supposed to look like a cut open cactus. I drew this one while I was rewatching Gravity Falls, and this may have influenced the design a bit. I feel like this little friend could also be some sort of weird forest spirit from the show that just clumsily runs after you and maybe would love it and probably try to dress it up or take it to a pajama party or something like that. As you can see, I colored some of its outlines green, indicating that it has at least one elemental typing, which means only people who possess the elemental typing, aka the benders in this universe, can befriend this Fakemon. Cacti actually possesses 2 elemental types, the ground one and the grass one, meaning more benders can access it but no non-benders. They live in the deserts alone and are kinda rare since they need a lot of nutrition and water, so they can't live in larger groups, otherwise there are not enough resources for them. When provoked, they grab the opponent and don't let go unless a bigger threat appears, but since they are rather small and not prickly, this encounter is not very dangerous. You always have bad luck and it strikes again. You somehow manage to run into the only living creature in a giant field of cacti. The cacti leaps at your leg and doesn't let go, no matter what you try, so you summon your Darktera to help you. But it's not interested in fighting right now, and walks to the plants and starts eating. You are annoyed and frustrated by the situation, as suddenly the Fakemon lets go of your leg, and as quickly as possible starts waddling towards a weird rock formation in the distance. You don't think much of it and turn around to finally harvest some cactus parts, as you see a giant cloud of sand approaching you. You start running towards Darktera, which also recognized the storm, and call it back into your tag. You run past the cacti to the rock formation, but as you see how slow it is, you turn around and grab it, and carry it to safety. After arriving at the cave, it jumps down and again waddles away from you. This time you follow it right away, around the corner, but stay close enough to their entrance to keep an eye on the storm. Suddenly Cacti comes back and jumps into your lap. In the same moment something flies into your face at full speed. I know what you may be thinking, that this Fakemon is based on the Buzzard Wasp, probably because you can see the image of said chimera in the corner, but nope, it's actually not the inspiration. Or at least not completely, because I thought the Buzzard Wasp was a bit too terrifying for a first stage, which is supposed to be the Route 1 bug for the Earth Kingdom, so I looked for other insects and I found the scorpion bee, which were only featured in the comics, but I think they're pretty adorable, and since they share basically the same body shape as the Buzzard Wasp, they could actually be a pre-evolution to it. They also have an elemental type, the flying aka air type, which makes them not ideal for an earthbender, but whatever. For the colors I went with orange and blue because the red looked a bit too much like a dark or fire type, and Yeah, the orange was fitting a bit better. It was also fitting because this color can blend in well with the desert environment where these Fakemon live. And it looked cute, even though I'm not the biggest orange fan. Buzzini are bug and flying types that live mainly in the deserts of the kingdom. Their wings are fragile and take a long time to heal if they are damaged. So whenever sandstorms arrive, they flee into nearby caves or, as a last resort, bury themselves underground. The creature knocks you down on the ground, but not without falling down too. You went from being slightly irritated to being pretty annoyed in a second. Why does bad luck always keep following wherever you go? You angrily walk up to the Fakemon that hit you, only to discover a small Buzzini that broke its wing during the collision. It desperately tries to fly, but can't hold up its own weight and falls down every time. You instantly start to feel bad, pick it up and place it on your shoulder. You then check on the cacti, which seems to be fine and grabs your leg. Again. Now you need a plan. You know that you can't go back to collect the cacti. But you can't stay here the whole night waiting for the sandstorm to go away. Otherwise the caravan will look for you and delay their journey. And you also have 2 hurt or scared Fakemon and 1 that doesn't listen to you at all. However, you are sure that you are in the so-called Labyrinth Mountains and that your caravan has its camp at the eastern end of it. So your best idea is to walk into the tunnels, always keeping your right hand on the walls, and hope to find an exit soon, because there is no use in endangering you or the Fakemon around you. After a few hours you start to feel wind on your face, meaning that there has to be an exit somewhere. But you suddenly get a bad feeling when Buzzini and cacti start getting nervous and act scared, like earlier, as you hear a growling noise not too far away from you, and see 6 red glowing eyes stare at you. You start to realize that earlier Buzzini was not trying to catch cacti, it tried to flee from whatever is in front of you.